So today I'm going to be talking about high pointing. Is anyone into hiking or backpacking in here? Nice, a few of you. So my hiking and outdoors adventure side started when I was in 6th grade. I was with my dad and we were camping at the base of Mount Whitney, and we were with some other guys, and he himself has completed Mount Whitney. So he said, hey, let's hike up to one of the base camps there. It's around a lake. And so we were like, sure, why not? But the problem was it was still in May, and in this mountain range there was still snow throughout that time. So we were just in shorts and t-shirts, and we start getting close to the lake, and it was hell because the snow had turned to a form of ice which was crystallized from the sun, so it was slowly melting, but every time we would step, we would fall through. So we'd fall about 8 inches to probably 15 inches, but in shorts this hurt really bad. Because of the snow, how it was crystallized, it was giving us micro cuts on our legs. So doing that for about a mile up and a mile back really sucked. So that's my introduction to the outdoors. But Mount Whitney is part of California's High Point, and a high point is, the United States contains 50 high points, one for each state. And on record, there are 305 completions of individuals going to all 50 high points throughout the United States. So today I'm going to talk about high pointing, what is high pointing, the history of high pointing, and the demographics of high pointing. And by the end of this, you should be well equipped to know what high pointing is, and if you want to go out and do it, you should be able to do that as well. So to start, the history of high pointing. What is high pointing? High pointing is the act, according to highpointers.org, 2004, high pointing is the act of ascending the highest point in any location. Specifically within the United States, we have a specific high point for each state, as you can see, and each county. So the counties are broken down. Here's an example in California, all the counties, so you can climb to the highest high point in each county as well. There's another breakdown in high pointing, which includes tri-pointing. Now, tri-pointing is the location where a group of states, specifically 3 states, meet up and create that location. And I believe there are about 62 of those in the United States. So you have high pointing states-wise, you have high pointing in the county, and then you have tri-pointing in between the states. And high pointing, every year the community meets up. They meet up at a different location every year for a convention. And the convention in the past have consisted of about 300 members of high pointers, and they talk about what the plans are to improve the club, how we can more publicize the club, and how we can connect members better within the club to complete these points. So now that you know a little bit about what is high pointing, I'm going to go into the history of high pointing. The history of high pointing, we have a man here named Jack Longacre. According to nationalparks.org's 2017, in 1986, Jack had ascended one of the high points in the United States and was reading a guide at the top explaining about some of the details about the hike he just completed, when he had the thought, hey, if I'm into this, there has to be other people that are into this. So at the time, he wrote to the popular and still popular Outdoor Magazine, and he published an ad describing and seeing if anyone was interested in high pointing and keeping track of it, because it was not kept track of. And so when he did this, he got about 60 replies, and so the club was born. High pointing became kind of like an unmarked sport in a sense. So that's how the club came to be. Arthur Marshall was the first man or human to complete the lower 48 states in high pointing. At the time, the Alaska and Hawaii was not part of the Union, so he is on record for completing the lower 48. And now we're going to talk about the demographics of high pointing. So high pointing is made up of all different types of people, and these people have a huge range of age. So according to JacksonHoleMountainGuide.com in 2016, we have high pointing that 30 to 40 members that consisted of age 70 plus, as well as members that were in their teens and late 20s that made up high pointing. Two examples are Lucy. She is the youngest member on record for completing the lower 48, and then also Mario. He is the oldest member on record for completing all 50 at the age of 71. So just to recap on what high pointing is and what we have done, I talked a little bit about what high pointing is, the demographics and the history of it. If you'd like some more information or helpful sources on high pointing, you can search highpointing.com as well as high pointers, and you can also search on YouTube high pointing and high pointers, and that will give you the most information about the club. Thank you for your time.